It's a 2007 Nissan Armada. Rear brakes doing a little squealing, and the rotors are rattling. It's this rusty area around the perimeter of the pad. Is the rotor dropping out, rusting out, and it's just grabbing the inside, the shiny part. And as the shiny part wears down, it never gets a hold of the rusty part because it just keeps deteriorating as it contacts it. So it's going to get a new set put on it. Rotors and rear pads. First thing I did is start raising this up by the inner lower control arm. And I'll brace it with a jack stand. Just place the jack stand underneath the shock mount. Now I'm going to take the 21mm lug nuts off. It's pretty little penetrating oil on the studs and around the center hub. Stick a flat blade screwdriver in, close this caliper up a little bit. And a 10mm. We'll take these two caliper bolts out. Pry against the top. This noise suppressing clip's going to hold it up a little bit, but it'll go. And the outer pad's worn down pretty good. It's a pretty meaty rotor. It's a shame it has to be changed. You just really can't turn them down when they start rusting. It just keeps going. I'm going to clean underneath of these glides. Wire brush that off, maybe put some grease on them. Take this rotor off. See what the shoes look like. They're in good shape. It just looks like the rotor and pads are in order. Caliper wasn't hard to smash down. Check these slides for any sticking or hanging. Just give them a couple of turns back and forth. If the boots are still good on them, they're in good shape. Yeah, that's good. Those pieces sticking up you want to get out of there. Then take a screwdriver and chip off any raised up places. Sometimes you may need a hammer to help chip it away. And that's the new rotor. That's the old bad rotor. Be sure and wash the rust protection off of the rotor faces, both the front and the back and the brake shoe area. And wash the axle flange face off, any loose debris out of it. I'll be sticking ceramic pads on the back of this. Take a C-clamp and compress your caliper piston back flush against the housing. There's two different pads. One's got the locks on the outside of the caliper, and one's got the teeth that bites inside of the caliper piston. And the noise suppressor was up against the top on this side, so I'll be putting it back in that way. Slip your new rotor on and make sure it's free and the emergency brake shoes aren't gripping it. Feed your inside pad teeth into the caliper piston. And on this side with the noise suppressing spring facing up, stick it in the caliper. And make sure it sits in the hose well and is flat against the caliper. And insert the bottom first. You'll have to push the caliper pins back in. It'll stop you. These caliper bolts torque to 24 foot-pounds. And your wheel lug nuts torque to 100 foot-pounds. This is the driver's side. Passenger side is essentially the same. Make sure your brake hose is nice and flowing and not twisted up like a pigtail, or you're going to have a problem. Once you get your other side off, compare all the brake pads and make sure they're all wearing pretty even. If one's wore down like over 1/8 of an inch more than the other ones, they need a caliper sticking, or the slide pins on the caliper sticking. So correct the situation before you finish installing the new pads, if you have it. A little difference in them, not more than 1/8 of an inch. It's fine, especially if your rotor is rotten or ate up. And be sure and pump your brake pedal up before you put it in gear. Make sure you got brakes before you move it.